Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about computer science internships. How do we best apply to them? This is actually a great question, and when I was first looking into getting my first internships, I was super overwhelmed, and quite honestly, I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing. So I made these 3 easy to follow tips to make the whole process of applying to computer science internships and standing out really straightforward. So with that said, guys, let's just jump straight into it. The most important part of this whole process here is to be organized. Now, what do I mean by being organized, right? You hear all these stories of people online applying to 50 internship applications, maybe even hundreds of internship applications, right? How do you actually feel organized and on top during this whole big process, right? Well, the answer, at least the answer I'm going to give you, is really easy, right? If you look in the description below, I've made a sample spreadsheet, and I'm just going to explain to you why I think using a spreadsheet makes all of this complication about tracking applications and editing resumes really straightforward. So whenever I applied to a computer science internship position, I would go look at my spreadsheet to see if I've applied to the same place already. The number one thing I put on my spreadsheet is which companies have I applied to and what positions have I applied to between them. So that's the first thing I put in. The second thing I put in is what actual resume I used to apply to them. Because let's say a company got back to us and we're really excited, right? We're super happy that we got, we're going to continue with an interview process with a company, but it could take a really long time to actually find which resume you sent out and which cover letter you sent out. So keeping track of this all in one spreadsheet is really helpful because you can know for which company exactly what you sent out in that application. So there's no mystery and no hours digging around and trying to use their, maybe really bad like online application form. You know exactly what you sent out and you can find it just like that. The next thing I put in here is what actual stage in the application am I on? So if I've been rejected, okay, I at least know that that company's rejected me, so I don't have to go apply to them again and then get the same rejection, right? This is really helpful. Also, if you've been moving forward in the application, it's going really well, you can save the recruiter's email who reached out to you. So if you ever want to apply to that company, maybe many years down the future, or maybe next year in the next internship application cycle, you'll have a contact at that company which you could email right away and kind of maybe bypass the traditional application page because you kind of already have a contact inside the organization. Those are the main benefits of the spreadsheet, and I cannot tell you how much this helped me because I was so overwhelmed about this whole process. Saying that, that's why I really love to use spreadsheets. They reduce the amount of time that you're doing on the actual application searching and just makes you feel so much more on top of the whole process. Next, we're going to talk about what do we actually send off in an application and how do we maximize our chances of getting seen by the recruiter. So now that we are tracking all our applications correctly, how do we make sure that those applications we send out are real hits with the recruiters, right? One thing I really enjoy doing and really helped me stand out in this way was to actually have different versions of my resume. Now, please don't think, oh my god, I have to go make a bunch of different versions of my resume. I just made this great resume. I think it's perfect in every way. Don't go and redo your whole resume for every single application you send. What I do recommend doing, and really helped me, was to just swap out a few things here and there depending on the company you're applying to. So in my case, I would maybe swap out different classes I had taken based on the job description of the internship, maybe different projects that I had done. The whole reason behind this, right, is so as your recruiter is reading this resume, they see everything that they want to see. They see they've done this, and this, all which lines up with the job description. I just wanted to preface this by first saying, please write a cover letter. I've met many people who just don't write cover letters, and I don't know why. It takes a little bit more work, I get that, but it makes so much difference, I think, because I've actually talked to many recruiters who read the cover letters, and that's really how they gauge a candidate, right? We're already spending so much time writing the resume, sending off the applications. We may as well spend the extra time to write a cover letter as well, just to make sure that we're really on the best path we can to succeed. How do we make sure that our cover letter is actually the best it can be and ticks all the right box in the recruiter's mind as they're reading this cover letter? Because as they're reading this cover letter, we want the recruiter to say, wow, this person is just who we want as a computer science intern. Let's put them forward to the next step. What I like to do on this is to have kind of a generic cover letter which consists of how I found the actual company I'm applying to, about my experience, and more importantly, what got me into computer science. Because as an intern, you may not have a whole lot of experience, and that's expected, right? You don't have to have a ton of experience for an internship, but having a really personal story about how you actually got into computer science and what makes you really passionate about it is a really great way of starting a cover letter, because it shows people like what you're passionate about and your personal journey, which is unique to you. The next paragraph I have here is what I call the custom paragraph. This one is that you have a whole paragraph dedicated to something that that company finds really important. So if you read the company's mission values and you see something on there that you think would be great in this cover letter, I would dedicate this paragraph to that. This is the paragraph that we're going to change based on the company to really just say, hey, I read the description, I know a little bit about your company, I also would fit into your company's culture because of X reason here. The fourth paragraph could talk about kind of what you've been up to recently. So what kind of projects are you up to recently, whether it's a school project, whether it's a personal project, just to kind of tell them, hey, I'm still actively like coding all the time. I'm really loving learning to code and learning technologies. So this is what I'm up to now. I really would recommend following this. And if we're using the spreadsheet as well, right, we can keep track of all the different versions of the cover letters we've sent out. And if similar companies have similar values, we can reuse the cover letter. So it's no extra work for us to send it off. That's personally how I would really stand out in this whole application process. So let's just quickly wrap up this video now that we've gone over all my great tips on how to succeed in the computer science interview process. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you got to this point in the video, that means that you've basically watched the whole thing, which is great. It makes me feel really good that people are actually watching my videos, and it also really helps out the channel that you watch the whole thing. So thanks so much. If you're this far in the video, please give the video a like and obviously subscribe to the channel for more content. If you found these tips really helpful to you, maybe you're going for an internship application process already, or if you've already been a computer science intern, comment down below, would these tips have been helpful to you, or are they really helpful to you? Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching once again, and I hope to see you all in the next one.